without much ado, let me call on the podium Professor Craig.
Thank you very much, Chair. Am I audible, Chair?
Yeah, very, very audible.
Thank you very much. So, dear delegates and participants, on behalf of the Human Sciences Research Council and the National Foundation's Dialogue Initiative, I want to welcome you all to this event. The National Foundation's Dialogue Initiative and the HSRC share the conviction that social dialogue is an important tool not only for creating and deepening social cohesion, but also for achieving developmental goals and realizing rights such as access to sufficient water for everyone. The NFDI continues its call to the nation to enter into a national conversation to finding lasting solutions to our abiding socioeconomic challenges and to use these solutions to inform our structures of governance and the texture of our political, economic, and social interactions and operations. It encourages all South Africans to participate in a continuous process of engagement aimed at finding solutions for the common good of all citizens. In this spirit, I'd like to say hello to everybody. My name is Crain Soudien, and I am the CEO of the Human Sciences Research Council. And it is a great honor for myself and our organization to be in collaboration with all of you. We really look forward to what is going to transpire here in the next few hours. So the HSRC agrees with President Cyril Ramaphosa's call on the 23rd of July 2019 for a broader social dialogue to enrich understanding of the last 25 years and also to contribute to a common vision and program for the next quarter of a century. Such engagement, said the President, is essential if we are to forge durable and lasting social compacts across society to attain our developmental objectives. In the spirit of forging such compacts, the NFDI and the HSRC have partnered to host the second in a series of national constitutional dialogues that bring different institutions and groupings together to discuss key issues confronting South Africa. The HSRC believes that the traditional approach to constitutional dialogue, which is limited to formal and slow interactions between the three branches of the state, should be expanded to include a broader range of stakeholders in line with our constitutional framework, which establishes a participatory and deliberative democracy. The first constitutional dialogue held in Parliament on 24th of October 2019, last year, brought together the three branches of the state: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, as well as faith-based organizations, other civil society and community-based organizations, and academia to discuss assertiveness and accountability within the framework of the Constitution. We were all there, sitting in the parliamentary chambers in the assembly room, and we all were awed by the context in which we found ourselves. But we were very conscious of not having our feet directly on the ground. And this occasion today is an attempt to bring this dialogue into this wider setting. And so the NFDI and the HSRC undertook to ensure that issues arising from the event would be taken forward into further discussions and into very much more participatory environments. It is in this spirit that a series of dialogues and different socioeconomic rights in the Bill of Rights in the Constitution is being convened. This second dialogue, therefore, in the series seeks to focus our energies and capacities on addressing an issue of fundamental importance to everyone in our country: reliable, safe access to water. Water insecurity continues to be widespread, undermining people's fundamental rights to health and well-being, as well as participation in economic activity. These concerns have been highlighted once again during the COVID-19 pandemic, as access to water is an essential resource required to effectively stop the spread of the virus. Access to sufficient, safe, and reliable water services remains an elusive dream for many people, for reasons that include poor governance and planning, corruption, and weak natural water resources, while the growing impacts of the climate crisis mean that even those who currently enjoy the right to have access to water have begun to face growing water insecurity. These challenges require an honest and dispassionate examination of what every sector of society is doing and should do to realize the transformative constitutional objective of a non-racial, non-sexist, and democratic society powered by an inclusive and growing economy that enables enjoyment of the constitutional values of equality, dignity, and freedom, and of mutually interdependent constitutional rights. The success of constitutional dialogues is measured first and foremost by the extent to which it is inclusive of all sectors of South African society. This national process should enhance a greater understanding and appreciation by our fellow South Africans of the fact that we, as a nation, share the same aspirations for a life of dignity that is free of struggle, recognizing also that we have shared problems, questions, and concerns. These dialogues are not just a talk shop. Instead, the process of preparation, coming together, and engaging with one another is designed to create resourceful and skilled community members who have a new and direct relationship with stakeholders in government, the private sector, civil society, and academia. The toolbox of knowledge, relationships, and local networks established through these dialogues should be used by community members, enabling them to make meaningful and creative contributions to identifying and implementing ways to ensure that everyone has equitable access to basic rights. It is hoped that the creation of revitalized local networks and structures will help communities to resolve their particular local challenges in a constructive manner. The intended outcome of this dialogue is active citizens from local communities who are better informed about their constitutional rights and committed to fulfilling their responsibilities to one another, to other members of society, and to government. We hope too that communities will be better able to identify partners who are equally committed to identifying solutions and initiating meaningful engagements with other stakeholders. All of this in the interest of realizing everyone's enjoyment of the right to access to sufficient water and to adequate sanitation. The Department of Water and Sanitation and COCTA are currently working on a new short-term integrated master plan to address the most urgent water needs in a sustainable way within 6 to 12 months. As the NFDI and the HSRC, we commit ourselves to supporting communities to link up with this plan and its implementers once it has been approved by Cabinet. The implementation of the integrated water plan is an important step towards the realization of access to water. But we need to recognize that short-term solutions may not address long-term problems, hence the need for continuing dialogue to achieve the shared objectives of access to water for all. So consistent with our shared whole of society approach, we have brought together today representatives from government, water experts from the Water Research Commission, universities of Venda and WITS, representatives from business, civil society representatives, such as the Social Audit Network and Corruption Watch, and community leaders from the Limpopo province. All of you are most welcome. We hope that all of you participating in this dialogue will use the opportunity to highlight and share with us your most urgent concerns and needs. You will have several opportunities to share with us and other delegates what your expectations are. 1, you can use the Zoom chat box. 2, you can voice your expectations during discussions about the presentations in the 5 breakaway rooms that we have set up. And 3, with the agreement of others in your breakaway session, you will be able to include in the resolutions of your sessions your expectations about the way forward after today's dialogue. This is the difference to the dialogue the first dialogue that we had. We are hoping that the dialogue will then bring about a commitment to a sound collaborative framework for integrated and harmonized effort by all key groups of stakeholders in the interests of realizing the constitutional imperative of access to water for everyone's needs. I wish you all well in your discussions today. Thank you, colleagues, and thank you.